What's up, everybody? Welcome to the fourth episode of the Fit Entrepreneurs Podcast. I am Dimitri, and sitting next to me is my good friend Ryan. Ryan, what's up?
Yo.
Awesome. So, guys, this week we decided to have a little bit more of a structured podcast and talk about some myths we have in the fitness world. So we decided to choose 5 of the most talked about myths, and we're going to just run through them one by one and kind of just tell you guys what we feel about these myths. Ryan, how was your week, man?
The week was good. Lot of work on some other stuff again, but I think this week we did a much better job of staying consistent with our output as far as on the Instagram and the Facebook, and just being more engaged in that. So that was good. We accomplished that goal.
If you guys aren't following us on our social medias, do so now.
That's right. And you can find the link, all the links in our information for this podcast.
Always in this description.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah, I think. I mean, do you agree? We're much more consistent.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I think we're just getting to a point where this whole entrepreneurship, our brand is starting to become more of a habit for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, everything was so fresh. Like, cause you had your thing going already, and I have my thing going already. So adding this in is finally starting to become a mold into my life. Yeah. And I think we've done so much better just juggling the social medias. You taking care of this during this day, and I'll take care of this during this day.
Yeah.
So I think we're starting to work together better.
Yep.
Our chains are getting oiled up.
Mm-hmm.
And then just working more effectively and efficiently, which is good. It's the key to success.
Right.
The key to life.
That's right. Be effective. Be efficient.
Yeah.
Very important.
I
agree. And we've had that ongoing Evernote list going, and we've gotten our organization much tighter. So that's good. Workout wise, I think we both of us have had some good fitness accomplishments. You hit a PR this week or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So starting 6 months ago, I really started focusing on my strength. Started putting more of an emphasis on the compound movements, the big 3. With the big 3s, the bench press, squat, deadlift. So on my deadlift, I hit a 405 PR, which was awesome because I've been chasing that for a few months now.
Yes.
And just a few days ago, I hit 315 pounds for 2 reps on a bum knee.
Big time. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah, very good.
Any big accomplishments for you this week?
So I went back and started doing deadlifts again as well. You inspired that in me, I would say.
That's always good.
I had kind of gone away from it for a while, at least the heavier ones, just kind of hanging out with some high reps with the deadlifts, and then I said, I missed the heavy stuff, so let me give it a little action. So I went and did, I hit my 405 for two times for 1 rep, so back-to-back 1 reps, and that's without a brace on, because I also have a bum knee coming back from that, but it's actually felt good, I got up with it. So yeah, so deadlifts were good this week.
Awesome.
Looking for 450, 500, 600, 700 maybe, but no, right now, it's constant progression, so it's good.
Well, my goal is to lift heavy, but I don't think I have a huge goal to lift incredibly heavy.
Yeah, I don't know, that's yeah.
I'll be happy with like 550.
550?
600.
600, okay. 600 club.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, we're about to jump into the show. This is a topic that I'm so excited to talk about because I am currently in the process of becoming a NASM certified personal trainer. But even before that, I've always helped a lot of my friends and family get fit. And these are some of the topics that always get brought up when it comes to, starting a diet, starting, a fitness journey in itself. So we're just going to jump right into it. So one of the first myths of the fitness world: will fats make you fat? Yeah. What do you think about that, Ryan?
So fats, just a general thing, fats and carbohydrates proteins. Those are your 3 big measurable macros that you're checking out, right?
Yes.
And you're being the macro counter out of us more than
Yes.
me. You know all about that, right?
Yes.
So fats are an essential part of your diet, no matter, and your composition, your body composition.
Yeah.
You have to have fat to live.
They
So
help brain development. They help your skin.
Yeah.
Help your nails.
Literally, the sheath that your muscles are coated in, the things that protect your organs, like you have to have fat. So if you don't have that, you will die, and your brain will stop working. You will literally die if you don't have fat in your diet on some level. Now, how do you get fat? There's different ways to get fat, but fats in themselves don't make you fat. It's what type of fat you're eating, right? And how your body is storing it. So fats don't make you fat.
So at the end of the day, you're telling me fats will not make me fat.
No, fats don't make you fat. What makes you fat is how much food you eat compared to how much you work, how active you are.
It's calories in versus
Calories in, calories out, and what sort of food you're eating, and how it matches up to who you are as a person and how your metabolism works. Are there different hormonal imbalances? Are there different, physiological things that everybody? Yes, because everybody, as we talked about before, everybody is different. So you have to figure out how you eat is going to be a personal thing for what best matches your goals. But fats don't make you fat. It's actually important for you to eat fat.
Of course. So there are many types of sources of fat.
Mm-hmm.
So when people talk about fat being unhealthy, they're mainly talking about saturated fat.
Right.
Now that's going to be your Ben's chili bowl, your
yellow
In-N-Out burgers,
Yeah, exactly.
any burgers, like any grease,
Mm-hmm.
your Crisco,
Yeah.
for all your fried chicken ears. But
Had some last
there you go. So saturated fat is what's going to raise your blood pressure, which is going to raise your cholesterol, which is going to put you in more of a risk of having a heart attack when you get older, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of fats out there that will generally help your health.
Yes.
A lot of omega-3s, your omega-3s and your omega-6s.
Mm-hmm.
So like fish oil has high fats that I take on a daily basis. Now I take fish oil because of the fat intake, because like what Ryan was saying, it helps you develop, helps your body develop as a human being, and it helps your brain process better, and your brain function and develop better as you get older. Now, can you take a lot of fats, of the good fats, and will that be, I guess, detrimental to your health? In my opinion, any excess volume of a good thing can turn into a bad thing, if consumed in high doses. So if you take a healthy amount of a good fat, then I would say you'd be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything in moderation, including moderation, right?
There you go.
It's an important rule that I learned a long time ago, and it applies to fat for sure. So just to highlight, fats don't make you fat. There's good fats, there's bad fats. Make sure that you're getting good fat in your diet. Try to minimize the bad fat and work out, and you won't be fat.
How about this? Name some good fats.
Okay, here's some good fats. Avocados.
Yes.
Okay, 1 for 1. Here, avocados.
Anything in the nut family.
Nut
Peanuts, walnuts.
Good. And your fishes, so salmons and stuff like that. They have the omegas and stuff like that. What else do we got? What else?
I don't. To me, those are probably the top 3 that.
Those are the top 3, right?
Yeah,
okay.
those are probably the top 3 that hits home for me.
We'll stick with those. So you get your fish intake, you get your salmons, your fattier fishes, and then get your nuts and get your avocados, and you're good to go as far as the good fats. So HDLs versus LDLs, high density, low density. Make sure you're getting high density, and you'll be good to go. And
so like some oils that are good, so like coconut oil.
Oh yeah, oils. Yeah, I'm talking about oils. Coconut oil, and then flaxseed oil.
Flaxseed. Yes.
Also, hemp. Hemp is a good one too. If you want to try.
I've never tried hemp.
Hemp seed oil. There's a lot out there, so try those out. Okay, number 4. Next one. Next topic, because we want to make sure we're not giving too much teach release.
I got you.
Here we go.
So I hope you guys got a good gist of that first topic. So the number 2 would be weightlifting for women.
Aha, weightlifting for women.
Weightlifting for women.
Targeting our audience here.
Yes.
Women listeners.
Women. We love you.
We do.
But to cut the fat off the meat right now.
Yes.
If you lift weights, you will not, I repeat, you will not get big. You will not get as big as a man. Just simply because your body doesn't produce as much hormones as a man does, doesn't produce a lot of testosterone, which helps us men develop muscle.
Right.
So weightlifting, if anything, will help you get that toned, athletic body that you will see like in magazines and Instagrams.
Yeah. I was just listening to a podcast about a model who had been modeling since she was like really young, and she had gone to Paris, the Fashion Week, and all this stuff. And then one day she saw she had found success in her modeling career, but then she saw a bunch of information on fitness modeling versus traditional modeling, runway modeling, and she said, you know what? I'm tired of being skinny. I want to look like these girls. So she started lifting weights, and she started. She contacted a personal trainer, and she started changing her body into this fitness, more of a fitness look, fitness modeling. And she actually competes, and she does very well. And forgive me, I don't remember her name, but the moral of the story is that she realized that while she was attractive to the fashion world, she wasn't strong. She said she was tired of being skinny. She wanted to be strong. So what weightlifting does, or what weightlifting in general for everybody does, it helps us become strong. So if aesthetic is your goal, that's one thing, but you want to be, as a human, strong. You want to be able to support your own weight. You want to be able to be functionally strong, and weightlifting helps do that. If you just do cardio and you just run on a treadmill all the time, your heart will be maybe in good health, but
your bones and your body itself wouldn't be in the best shape.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because we use muscles in our everyday like life.
Mm-hmm.
Bending down, picking things up, twisting, thinking. Moving in itself requires energy, requires muscle. So if you don't have that muscle to help you, do those movements, then you kind of wear yourself thin.
Yeah. Bottom line, you want balance throughout your body too. So if you're doing the same, I worked in gyms for a long time, and I would see the same people do the same thing every time they came in, and that was their thing. But if you go to the treadmill and that's all you do every time you come into the gym, your legs are going to develop, certain other parts of your body are going to develop, and running, if that's your thing, that's fine. But you're going to imbalance yourself to the point where you're probably going to have problems, and you're going to, experience that in different ways. Joint dysfunction, just generally just not looking unbalanced too. So looking and feeling good and feeling balanced is the key to overall health. And not necessarily do you have to do one specific type of weightlifting, but incorporating weightlifting for women specifically too, I think, who have had this bias to say don't lift weights because you're going to look like a man, or you're going to look a certain way. No, weightlifting is a very important part. Resistance training is a very important part of overall health for everybody.
I agree.
For everybody.
So just to put in a little plug for bodybuilding.com. So ladies, if you're interested in some basic plans to even get started with any weightlifting program, bodybuilding.com has some good beginner programs that you can start off with, specifically tailor-made for women.
Yeah. So
go check it out.
Cool.
All right, cool. So moving on to the next topic, nutrient timing. So this is another big one. So if you're in the fitness world, you often hear things like if you eat past 7, if you eat past 8, all that food you eat will get stored as fat. And just cut straight to the chase, it will not make you fat.
No. So the idea that you have to eat at a certain time is widespread throughout the fitness world, and as far as I can tell, it's usually the myth is being perpetrated by companies that have interest in you timing your intake on certain things. So if I tell you need to have this before and after a workout and this time of day, and here's a system for you to get all those things at those times, and I'm selling you something, then that's a problem because it's designed for me to make money off of you, which, you know, I don't agree with. These systems should be to maximize people's performance, not to maximize money.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I feel like that's usually who's perpetrating these.
Yeah,
these
because
myths.
think about it. If you really, you know, did some in-depth searching, you will not see a scientist say that meal timing is weight gain is a direct result from meal timing.
Yeah.
It is not true.
No.
Like, even from personal experience, I in fact do not make my last meal at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. No. Only thing I do agree with as far as like eating late is if like you're a bodybuilder, trying to cut down for a show. Because I know like most bodybuilders like to weigh themselves first thing in the morning. So if you eat like a heavy meal at 10 o'clock, then that morning weigh-in is going to be, slightly, affected by that. But other than that, if you're not a bodybuilder, which 90% of you are not, most people are not, it does not matter what time you eat. Yeah. And I don't know, what do you think of the whole like 5 to 6 meals a day, every 2 hours?
Well, okay, so that is different. That has to do with like, activating your metabolism and keeping your metabolism activated throughout the day. And I've seen, so going back to what you said, you're not going to see studies. I personally have never seen a real scientific based study saying that nutrient timing is going to be a better way. If you don't eat after 5 o'clock, you're going to be. I've never seen that. In fact, to the opposite, I used to hang out a lot with this guy who was a physique competitor, and he eats at all different times of the day because he has a crazy schedule and he has to eat late at night. But and he point blank told me, he's like, it's science, calories in, calories out. So you design that into your week, and then you know how much you're putting out and how much you're taking in, and that's what's important, is not timing but intake, output. But yeah, as far as the 6 meals a day thing, I don't know. I've seen studies that support that on some level, and then I've also seen other people say it doesn't matter. But I think, for me, in my personal experience, that's how I eat. I eat smaller meals throughout the day, because that's just the way that things are set up for me. And when I do have those larger meals, it feels heavy to me and it puts me down, and like my energy is lowered by that because it just.
And you said you said it yourself just now. I feel like something like that is more of a convenience thing.
Yeah.
It's more just on case by case, person to person.
Yeah.
Like for me, what works for me is eating 3 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way my schedule works out.
Yeah.
I don't want to be full at the gym. I don't want to be full going to sleep. Right. Not that it's anything is affected. I just don't want to have a lot of food in my stomach while I'm sleeping. Yeah. So I eat the bulk of my meals during the morning and during the daytime when I'm at work. So breakfast and lunch are incredibly large. Yeah. And then after that, it's pretty much just like snacks and small meals after that. Mm-hmm. And I do agree with you. I have seen studies that eating frequent meals will, assist your metabolism. But as far as like, general weight loss, you're right. Calories in versus calories out. In my personal experience, measured on a weekly basis has, drastically helped me out.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's definitely a lot of scientific study going on that. So I mean, as we learn more, we can talk about it more. Okay, next topic.
All right, cool. So, topic number 4 is going to be about high intensity workouts.
Dun, dun, dun.
HIIT training.
HIIT training. Yeah, high intensity interval or high intensity. That's a term that gets thrown around a lot. Same like one of those ones like core, right? Like high intensity is a relative term to me. What do you think about high intensity?
In my opinion, I've done both
Mm-hmm.
high intensity workouts and low intensity workouts.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen results from both.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I am in a deficit, which I'm trying to shed some body fat. So I incorporate both styles of training. Now for me, just like I said in the previous topic, it's all about convenience for me. Like if I'm short on time, then yeah, I'm going to grab some lightweight dumbbells and do some high intensity workouts, because high intensity workouts help me burn a lot more calories in a short amount of time. But if I'm not rushing, I will get on the Stairmaster, I will get on the treadmill, and I will walk, for 35, 45 minutes. And when I do low intensity workouts, what helps me measure is I don't go by the minutes on the machine itself. I go by the calories burned. Now, guys, the calories burned on the machines aren't 100% accurate, but in my opinion, it is a good measure of how many calories you are burning each day, each cardio session. So for all my low intensity workouts, it's all about convenience for me.
Yeah, and so with high intensity, there's different states that you're in when you're training. You have anaerobic and you have aerobic states, and if you're working at a high intensity throughout your entire workout with a low rest and low oxygen uptake, you're in an anaerobic state, then you're training a specific way. Your muscles are going to react specifically. Your physiology is going to, your body is going to react to the way that you're training. So for me, as far as high intensity versus low intensity, anaerobic, aerobic, you have to have both. You have to have both incorporated into your week. And so if you train high intensity, high power all the time, then you're gonna be imbalanced. Versus if you do high intensity and low intensity, you're gonna have a more balanced body and physiology going into things. If I train at 90% 5 days a week, I'm going to get injured. I'm going to have stuff that's going on in my body that is not going to be ideal, versus if you do a little bit of both. Now, if you're an athlete and you are looking for optimum power output, you're going to have weeks where you train at that level for that entire week. Yes. And then you're going to deload and you're going to come back down off of that, and you're going to do both. So it, again, personal, right? All of this stuff is personally tailored to what your goals are. Your diet, your nutrition, all of that should be tailored to you, as well as your exercise. What do you want for your body? And then you start to figure out, okay, is high intensity the right thing for me? It might not be. So,
yeah. And then another thing to touch, on high intensity training, there was a point in time where I was doing it 5-6 days a week, and I got injured.
Yep.
Because my body was continually trying to recover, and I wouldn't let it.
Yeah.
So that led to muscle failure.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
yeah, guys, and if you are doing a lot of high intensity training, you gotta allow your body to recover, which is highly important.
Also, quick note too: make sure that your body is ready for it at all to begin with.
Definitely.
I had a friend of mine who passed away, unfortunately, because I'm not going to name names on fitness programs or whatever, but he was not medically cleared to start the type of workout that he was doing. He had a history of heart disease and heart problems in his family, went into a workout program that he wasn't ready for, and he died. And so, that's the serious side of fitness. Unfortunately, you have to take it a bit seriously when you're approaching certain things, and make sure your body's ready for the program that you're trying to get into as well. And the best way to do that is talk to your physician and get their opinion, or in the very least, just start to scale up at a reasonable pace. Don't jump into something full